take to prevent the spread. In accordance with the governor's order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 20, public meetings may be conducted remotely. To participate remotely from a computer, please use the link set forth in the posted agenda, or you may also call in from using the telephone number also listed on the agenda. First order of business will be to call the meeting to order. I, John Trefethen, present.
Hi, Brian Forrestall, I'm present.
I, Nathan Bandon, present.
Hi, Stuart Siegel, I'm present.
Hi, Anton Komarov, I'm present.
Okay. Item number 2 on the agenda is a continued public hearing involving 0 Prospect Street, continued from our last meeting on December 13th, 2022. I'll read the notice. The Ashland Zoning Board of Appeals will continue the public hearing to hear the petition of Kuruveya and Radha Narayana, who have applied to the ZBA to appeal the building commissioner's decision, under Chapter 282, Section 3.3, parenthesis, non-conforming uses and structures, close parenthesis, Section 6.3, parenthesis, driveways, close parenthesis, and Section 9.2.2.3, parenthesis, Board of Appeals, close parenthesis, along with any other applicable sections of the Ashland zoning bylaws. The decision states that a driveway shall not be located within 5 feet of any side or rear lot line, and that the application does not provide a compelling argument to grant a variance. The property in question is located at 0 Prospect Street, Assessors Map 29, Lot 34, in the Residential A zoning district. And parties wishing to be heard in this matter should appear at the time and place indicated above. As noted in the notice that has just been read, the hearing was conducted at our last meeting on December 13th. The applicant presented his position and documentation. The matter was open for public comments. There were a significant number of public comments that were entertained, and the board then closed the public hearing and entered into deliberations. Voting on the hearing were our 3 members, Brian Forrestall, Nathan Band, and myself. At the time, a motion was made to grant the applicant's appeal of the building commissioner's order, and the appeal was denied by a vote of 3-0. The matter was continued tonight for our town planner, Peter Matchik, to draft and distribute a proposed hearing decision, which Peter has done, and we all received it, I believe, last week. Peter, have you received any changes from the most recent draft that you distributed to the board?
I have not, John. Speaking, you and I spoke, and I did add that one element.
Correct. And that was distributed. That subsequently was distributed to everybody.
Distributed subsequently to the zoning board of appeals, along with the agenda, I believe, last week.
Yep.
And no other comments have been sent in or submitted to me.
Okay. Brian and Nathan, any questions about the hearing decision that has been drafted? Is it ready to go?
It's good by me.
And Nathan?
I had a couple quick things, and I apologize for not submitting these earlier. I had a coffee meets computer incident that's kept me offline for the last few days.
Uh-oh.
Not a problem.
In the board's findings, finding D about the wetlands, I'm just wondering if that finding is strictly necessary. It seems kind of outside of the scope of what we were asked to weigh in on, and outside of what influenced our thinking on the decision.
I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen. I have the decision
Mhm.
up to make it
That
a
would
little
be
bit
fine.
easier for everybody.
Thank you,
Can everyone
Peter.
see the screen?
Yeah.
So you're talking about finding D.
D delta, yep.
Highlighted in yellow.
I think in considering Nathan's point, I think it, frankly, is is a good one. That's not something that we were asked to rule upon. The sole issue was really whether to uphold the decision of the building commissioner or overturn it, and whether or not there are
Okay. Is there
Yeah.
consensus? Would you like me to delete it or?
my thought would be to delete it. I think, Nathan, is that what you were suggesting?
I think so. I just,
Brian, you all set with that?
I agree. Yeah, that's a good idea. Even
Okay,
though
why
that's
don't
kind of what
we
it says.
review it, because it does sort of stand out there by its own, but that would be fine. And Nathan, you had one other suggestion?
I did, and it's just a minor editing point. If you scroll down to the next page, please. Where it has the votes outlined.
Hmm.
Fairly sure nay is N-A-Y.
No. Actually, I think I voted no and not nay, to be technical, but that's because I can spell no and not nay.
Hmm. I bet you're good at Scrabble, Nathan.
That's all I've got.
Okay. Well, I have one big change, and Peter, I apologize for not catching this with your original draft, but on page 1 under background and process, item number 2C, the name MacArthur is misspelled. It's MacArther and not UTHER. So with that very small change, also just so that we
You said MCARTHER.
yep, that's right.
Okay.
Okay. So I think we probably need a vote to approve the decision with the verbal amendments that were made. If either Nathan or Brian would like to make that.
So moved.
And is there a second?
I'll second it.
I, John Trefethan, approve the decision.
I, Brian Forrestall, approve the decision.
Nathan Band approved the decision.
Excellent. That then brings that matter to a conclusion. Thank you, everybody, for participation. Thank you for members of the public who participated in the process at the hearing last month. Your comments were most helpful. Going on to the next item on the agenda, which is meeting minutes. As Peter announced at the start of the meeting, the minutes have just recently been drafted by the young lady who's helping the planning department until we get a new assistant town planner up and running, and we'll deal with those at our next meeting, which will be determined. And next item is staff updates and administrative matters. We do have one potential matter, and I see him here. In December, Susan Roby of the Select Board office had forwarded to me a talent bank form from a gentleman who had expressed interest in joining the ZBA as an associate member. His name is Ryan Sullivan. I see his face and his name on the screen. And Ryan and I had a couple of email exchanges, and I invited him to attend tonight's meeting because the select board does ask potential members to sort of observe the board's inactions, I guess, just to see if it's a fit for them and what have you. So I invited Ryan to be here tonight. Forwarded the select board a talent bank form, I should say, that the select board sent to us. And Ryan, if you'd like to unmute yourself and say hello, welcome.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Thanks for inviting me, and looking forward to observing.
Okay, unfortunately, I think as I indicated in one of our email exchanges, the agenda for tonight was fairly light, so you didn't get an opportunity to see a whole lot. But if you have any questions, we'd be glad to answer them. And I will leave that up to you. We obviously meet the second Tuesday of each month and the fourth Tuesday of the month, if necessary, to handle our caseload. And the meetings typically start at 7 p.m. We have 3 full members of the ZBA, and we can have up to, I believe, 4 associate members. And at the moment, we have 2 associate members.
Excellent. And the hearings are only on the Thursday. I'm sorry, is it Thursday you said is the hearings?
No,
or is
it's Tuesday. Our meetings are on
Okay.
Tuesdays only, and I know in your email to me this week that may be a problem for you, and we'll leave that for you to decide going forward. But obviously, you have with your legal background, you're eminently qualified to serve on the ZBA if you choose to seek an appointment, I think.
Great. Well, thank you. I'm certainly interested, and if it's going to continue on Zoom for the near term at least, I think that's definitely doable. The conflict I had, like I had noted, was with my daughter's dance on Tuesdays that had me kind of driving around a little bit. But the 7 to 8 hours is wide open. So
Okay.
Great.
Very good. Anybody on the board have any questions for Ryan at all? Nobody's speaking up, so I guess that's okay. Peter, a question for you. We've been meeting via Zoom because the governor Governor Baker had suspended the certain provisions of the, excuse my cat, open meeting law. And I think that was scheduled to expire. Was it in March?
Yeah, that's coming up for, I believe it's in April.
April,
I
okay.
can find out the exact date. Planning
Okay.
board and zoning board and design review of that matter, including the Conservation Commission. Everyone is still meeting via Zoom. I think with the new administration in office, I think we can all kind of see what happens to public participation online, and if regulatory boards decide to go back into person. We do have the ability to go back in person if the board decides to. Just to note, the select board currently do a hybrid meeting where they meet in person, but there is participation online.
Okay, very good. Okay. Well, if there are no questions for Ryan, thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you at future at another meeting. Peter, is there anything in the pipeline by way
So
of a application?
So over the Christmas holiday, the holiday break, we received 1 new application. And so I am in the process of processing that documentation. So if I'm going to get that up online as soon as possible. And then also, just today, I put together the 2023 calendar for the zoning board of appeals. And so I will be sending that out as well. But we will have a meeting, the first meeting in February, we'll have a new case for us to take a look at.
And there'll be no meeting the fourth Tuesday of this month then.
Correct.
Excellent. I'm sure that disappoints everybody.
Peter, can you hint to us a little bit what's coming up? Is it?
Yeah, so it's actually another building commissioner's enforcement. And so it is an appeal of the building commissioner's enforcement. The address, I believe, is 59 West. You know, it's on West Union Street. The exact address escapes my mind right now.
Okay.
But I will be sending that out to everybody in the coming days.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Peter. Anything else by way of staff updates or administrative matters?
The biggest news was really the minutes are getting taken care of by some help in the office. And those will be done and those will be sent out as soon as possible. It's just as staffing, the planning board and the planning board and zoning board, I wasn't able to complete those and also being on vacation. So that's about it, really. We're
Okay.
continuing to interview for the position, and that's about it.
Okay. Circling back to the hearing decision on 0 Prospect Street, when would that be available for signing?
I would say tomorrow morning, anytime after 10 o'clock.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Come by town hall, and I
Mhm.
should be there.
Okay, very good.
Cool.
Anything else from anyone on the board as far as administrative matters, staff updates, anything of that nature? Okay, I've dragged this meeting out for as long as I can, I think.
Good job.
It's not the shortest one we've ever had. I think that was 3 minutes, but it's close. Okay, does someone wish to make a motion to adjourn?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Is there a
Second.
second? We'll take one of the two motion to adjourn as a second. I, John Trefethan, vote in favor.
Hi, Brian Forrestall, vote in favor.
I, Nathan Band, vote in favor.
I, Stuart Siegel, vote in favor.
I, Anton Komarov, vote in favor.
Okay, I think that does it for the evening. Thank you very much, everyone, and we will see you all